Last week was one of the most important weeks at my haunted hotel since we opened last year, in my opinion. Now, a lot of the talk and the excitement evolves around Room 8 and the Grace Doll, and that's understandably so. Having the UK's most haunted item inside the building is very, very exciting for some people. However, we need to look at the historical aspect of what's going on here. This is an investigation into history as well. Chester is, in my opinion, one of the most haunted cities in the entire world. And it's got us thinking, what else may reside in this building? What other secrets have we failed to uncover so far? It's just an absolutely fascinating prospect, and one that we really need to delve into further. And we're about to do something that we should have done a long time ago. We're going to take you with us as we explore the ghosts of Chester City.
The dawn of a new week in Chester, and we are about to speak with local tour guide David Atkinson, who has a unique knowledge of some of the city's darker history. Our investigation has reached new levels, and we are now being aided by a whole host of individuals from various backgrounds.
So David, tell me, you are a tour guide with Dark Chester. And I hear you've got some nice stories about our building, the King's Head.
So the thing about Chester, right? Chester's fantastic. 2,000 years of history. So imagine in 2,000 years, imagine all the darkness, right? Imagine all the plague, imagine all this religious persecution, the torture, the poltergeists, all of that stuff. And some of it, some of the darker stuff, is in this stretch here, where between Delectable and the old King's Head, there's a real dark energy that kind of links these two buildings. The key word, right? Pediophobia. Pediophobia is our fear of dolls, whether it's Chucky or whether it's Coraline, whatever it is. Ever since the ancient Egyptians, we've had a bit of a thing about dolls. We're kind of convinced that dolls are like vessels or something like that. They're a link between the world of the deities and the world of the spirits. And so when we stand in front of this area here and we look across the doll shop, looking across the pub, it's that idea of dolls that kind of preys on our mind, basically. The dolls also link us because there's a great story, a very dark story that links these two buildings. You know, if you trace it back, it talks about the guy that lived in that building hundreds and hundreds of years ago. He found out, to put it politely, that his wife was getting a little bit too friendly with the guy that runs this business here, right? He comes across in the night, he kills him. The wife is watching, he's got room 4, you can see across to there, the wife is watching, she sees the whole thing happen, she's so distraught, she then proceeds to take her own life, leaving the children alone without their mother, terrified, distraught by the whole horrible dark turn of events. And that's why, if you check in to the pub and you do the haunted hotel experience, one of the rooms you can go into is room 5, and that's set up on this kind of pediophobia theme. It's set up so you've got the dolls, you've got the old rocking horse, you've got the Victorian nursery, and it kind of plays with that kind of fear which has been part of our psyche for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years.
A fascinating story, and one that we believe is a lot more modern, possibly around the late 18th or early 19th century. And whether or not this links to any of the paranormal activity here, it shows the layers of history to the building and possible hauntings from various periods in time.
So, I believe you've got some stories in the Chester area that are about witchcraft. Now, I'd love to hear these.
Witches come in threes to Chester, a bit like in Macbeth. We had this craze about witchcraft in the 1600s, into the time of James I, and he was obsessed with witches. He thought witches were stalking him. He thought witches were going to try and take the throne away from him, basically. Sparks this kind of mania about witchcraft. In 1612 you get the Pendle witch trials, really famous witch trials in Britain. When it comes to Chester later, it's the 1650s that it kind of hits its real high point in Chester. And in that time they were trying witches, they were convicting women, and they were hanging witches. They were hanging them specifically in threes. So the October Assizes of 1656, there are 3 women, and they're recorded in the records here of St Mary's Church, because they would have been tried on this side in the Assizes courts, the county court that would have been within the grounds of Chester Castle. And what would happen to them once they were tried, they would be hung at the gallows in Bourton, and then because they were condemned as witches, they wouldn't be given a normal Christian burial like you would find here in the churchyard of St Mary's. Instead, they are buried in a ditch, unmarked graves in a big deep ditch, which basically runs just to our side here, because it runs between the graveyard and the perimeter of Chester Castle. Now, at that October Assizes in 1656, parish records from St Mary show that the 3 women who were convicted, it describes them that they had been charged with devilish and wicked acts and incantations, and they were to be hung severally by their necks.
It was fascinating talking to David from Dark Chester and learning these new stories that even I'd never heard. I've worked on some tours in Chester before, and these are things that I've never heard of before. But the question is, how do these link in with what we're doing at My Haunted Hotel and any of the other buildings that are apparently haunted in Chester?
In 2019, I captured what I perceived to be a full-bodied apparition right here on the historic rows of Chester, and to this day, I still don't know what it is. It's very surreal actually being back here, and it's somewhere that I come during the day if I'm ever doing some shopping around the city. But I was filming another show here in 2019, and I was using a full spectrum camera, taking pictures down these historic rows which have been here for centuries. And as I'm taking them in threes, I can only describe it as a figure of what looks like a woman in a morning dress, almost like a Victorian morning dress, right down the road there, appeared in the second picture. And there was just nobody there at all. And it's still, to this day, one of my finest ever captures. But it makes you wonder, is this entire city riddled with paranormal activity and paranormal entities? You just don't notice it because it's in the middle of a busy city. And does My Haunted Hotel play a huge part in those hauntings? Well, this could be our busiest week yet, and possibly our most important. I know you've been speaking to David. I've been back to the historic rows where I captured that incredible picture back in 2019. It just makes you think, doesn't it, how many haunted and historic buildings are in this city. This, in my opinion, is the most haunted city in the world, just because of the layers of history, from the Pied Bull, Stanley Palace, and we're there at the most haunted hotel in the world now.
In the world now, someone claimed the other day, which is interesting. But David was saying that there's 2,000 years worth of history here. Chester was supposed to be the capital of England at one point. It was destined to be that. Like you said, the layers of history here. And we have a 401-year-old building. And that's still a small part of Chester's history, really. The foundations of the King's Head is actually from 1208. So if you think of the hundreds and hundreds of years of history and all these different layers, we've uncovered very little so far.
Yeah, absolutely. 400 years ago, it was taking care of travelling folk. Still doing the same now. It's still doing the same tonight. Let's go and do it.
It was the beginning of a hugely busy week here at My Haunted Hotel. 5 rooms were checking in for Monday night's opening investigation, and as ever, we would attempt to build on recent findings. As Brett and I entered the control room, we noticed something.
A major moment occurred last night, in the middle of the night, Sunday night, after episode 5 aired. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, 10 past 3, something like that. The doll in room 5 hits the deck, first time in 7 weeks.
We've put it back up, it's stable. We've asked no one to touch it, so fingers crossed that we've sort of not debunked it, or maybe even proven it a little bit more. There was no one in the building. I don't know.
Who's the other person? Around the same area.
It's this board here. Like, I'm not touching them. I am so against them, Sean. They scare me too much. I mean, I might do, but I ain't bringing any bad energy home.
Hello? Is anyone in this room? I did almost sound like yes, which is a bit weird. Is there anyone in this room?
It is go time here at My Haunted Hotel in a major week. Harry is now in Mexico, as you do. Last week he was away on business. This week he's having a well-deserved rest. He will be back at the weekend. But we are all go here, 5 rooms in tonight, and we have a packed out week ahead. Brett and I are very, very focused tonight, and our objective this week is to try and really capture the holy grail of evidence. We are so focused now on making sure everything captured in this building can link in any possible way. Brett Jones.
I mean, we were filming around town today and talking to the likes of David, and everything sort of fell into place last week. I feel like we're really telling a story here at the minute, and I just really want to home in on that and work out what is going on.
Wow, look at her.
She fell off last night, yeah?
I don't want to get that.
She fell off, or fell off last night, that's what he said. She normally falls off, hence the poem
She
on the...
hasn't moved for months.
Oh really?
Apparently.
If you read the poem on the wall there. And
Ring a ring of roses, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down.
Is there any females in the room? Any ladies here with us?
As is often the case here at My Haunted Hotel, long periods of quiet drift by. This is the paranormal, and more often than not, it is quiet. We pick things up 3 hours into the investigation, and room 2 is the first to stir. This is then immediately followed by room 5.
You can use the lights to answer. If it's yes, make the device light up.
Oh.
Thank you.
It accepts my rudeness.
Can you do it one more time so I know you're here, please?
Oh.
What the f***? That was loud! Very loud bang to my right hand side.
It was like it was underneath me.
I felt it.
Yeah, and I filled it.
Thank you. I think.
No, I heard it so loud.
I felt it on the floor.
Calm down, calm down, calm down.
Can you do that again, but near Paul for me?
Do it again.
Then we'll see who comes.
It made me scream. I don't scream.
You can, she's very weird, looking straight at you from the mirror.
she's beautiful though.
Oh yeah, honestly, she's not. Saw her there in a glass cabinet in all the glory, and I was like, "You're coming home with me."
Love it.
Was that a knock then? Sounded like.
Was that up this end, that knock, or was that?
Hello? Came from over there, I think.
Yeah, it did.
The sound of knocking on the door of room 5 is one of the most documented occurrences here at the hotel. It is a pattern that we have recognised over the space of a year, and we still do not fully understand why it happens. As different guests enter room 5 and all seems to fall quiet again, Brett and I are left stunned by what happens next.
Where's that coming from? Did you hear that? Oh my god, Brett, that's room 8.
Was it?
Listen, 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 listen.
Go back. Is that on the box? We need to send people in there.
Get that Glyn and Ryan in there quick. We react immediately by sending Glyn, Ryan and Tara into room 8. They give their audio disclaimer and head in. We now believe that we are about to show clear evidence that this room is its own separate entity, and what is heard and felt in there cannot be heard anywhere else in the building.
We would very much like you to ring the bell, Jeanette, just to let us know that you're here with us.
Ooh, Jesus. The hell was that?
Oh! It's like behind him in the corner.
It's like here.
Yeah, that was
that
over
came
there.
from the wall over there, that did.
Oh!
Huge room shaking bangs in room 8 again. Harry, you and I have heard this in person when we've been in there. It only backs up our theory that right now we believe room 8 is its own separate room away from this building. That's the only way we can describe this.
You have to be in there to really understand this.
We then send Paul, Donna and Preeti into room 8 to see what effect this has.
Jeanette, what's wrong with you? Now you want to talk. Now you want to talk. What's wrong, Jeanette? Are you enjoying your new home? Do you like your new home? Or do you prefer to go back where you belong?
All of a sudden, room 8 begins to rise in temperature, and all 3 guests feel their feet beginning to burn. We have never seen anything like this.
Tap on the box if you need to come out. That was big, Jeanette. Thank you.
Stop.
Maybe jump.
Stop.
But you did it. Didn't mean to look at the screen then. Your foot lifted. Thank you, Jeanette. Made me jump, but thank you. It's what we asked for. Are you trying to get me out of this room, Jeanette? I'm not going to allow that. You're not doing it. My whole body, from legs, my arms, my shoulders, I've got like shivers through all of it. Have you got it?
I've got
like the whole lot shaking. Is that you, Jeanette? Are you doing this to my body?
My feet are burning.
Yeah, it's like a hot burning feeling.
Yeah,
That's not okay. You need to stop that. You do not have permission.
Our feet are burning. It's
my whole body's burning. Right, hang on.
I've got warm.
See if I can get her to stop doing it then.
Look, my feet are
Jeanette! We felt that loud and clear. Sorry for shouting. You do not have permission to put feelings like this on our body. You need to stop that. We are discussing things. You will not come out of the box while you're doing this.
We might have to get them out. The guys now are saying, all 3 of them are saying their feet are burning, like from the ground up. Which, for all 3 of them to feel that is, we should probably get them out. Yeah, I think they're leaving anyway.
My voice is really going, so I'm going to have to do something. Can you ring the bell?
Jeanette, rattle the bells. Make some noise.
It's really hot. My feet are like.
I think we should leave.
We need to get out. Yeah. My feet are absolutely killing, like fire.
Let's get out, Red.
It's like Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you, Jeanette. Even my head hurts.
Paul, Donna and Preeti make the wise decision to leave room 8, and we cannot applaud them enough for this. They have shown the item the respect it demands and left at the correct time. But prepare yourselves, as you are about to see one of the clearest pieces of true, intelligent and disturbing pieces of evidence to date. As Jeanette mocks what has just happened, please be advised that what you are about to hear may cause distress in some viewers.
Okay, we have joined everybody in the old brothel right now. This is the first big group session we have done in season 2 so far. What has appeared to be a quiet night has suddenly erupted with what Brett and I heard in room 8 and then what 2 groups experienced.
Through
We are now using multiple methods here to try and capture further evidence. We have the Alice box going, we have also the Estes method going, and we are shortly going to arm the Paracast device to see if we can triangulate the evidence here and hopefully witness something. It was only 2 weeks ago that the door moved by itself.
As the final hours pass by, no evidence is witnessed, and what has turned out to be a disturbing start to the week is only just getting going.
Yet again, My Haunted Hotel just showing why it is the unpredictable completely. When you think it's a really quiet night, we capture the sound of 3 knocks in room 8, and then all hell breaks loose within that room. But again, that room is just completely separate to this hotel. I'm convinced of it.
Yeah, like I said earlier, you feel miles away from the hotel. We do have some treats now, though.
Oh yeah, polos.
Polos?
Very nice.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ almighty.
Step in, I'm cold in a bloody step. Sorry.
Are you alright? Oh my God. Oh, Dad, are you alright?
Yeah.
Well, the night is my prescription, and the highway is my home. Got me seeking for one last beacon at every single place I roam. They say Jesus was a poor man. I guess I wish I had a little more of him in me.
It is Valentine's Day, and even though we both have partners, we're stuck here doing the hotel. But I wouldn't want to be with anyone more than Danny Moss.
Do you know what? That's really nice. The feelings aren't reciprocated, but
I was thinking, because it's Valentine's Day, and we spoke to David the other day, he actually told us this really interesting story about a sort of love affair that ended up in like a murder that was connected to this building and the doll place across the road. So I wondered, we'll have a bit of a Valentine's twist and we'll look into some of these love stories that have been part of the building.
I really like this idea. Themed nights here at My Haunted Hotel. You know, we're here almost every day of the week, most of the time, and you know, we are going to stumble across these days. We've got Pancake Day coming up, your favourite day, so you know, we'll have a pancake themed investigation. Yeah. But yeah, no, look, I've heard this story a few times now, and how true it is we don't know, but all stories come from somewhere. And you know, the theory that there was a couple here, a married couple, sometime maybe in the late early 1800s, and she was having an affair with the guy over the road in the spooky doll shop, which of course wasn't the spooky doll shop back then, but you know, and it ended up in a bit of a jealous rage. And it's got me thinking, sometimes I get very jealous and I want to murder Brett Jones because he cheats on me all the time.
Cheats? What?
Very true. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day, folks. We're here. We're going to do it all over again, and let's do this.
It's a bit dark in here. I can't see a thing. That's better. Oh God. There's a duck up there. What the hell? There's a duck.
Turn the light out.
Hey?
Turn the light out.
Why?
Because I want to sit here and listen to the room.
Yeah, but we're going to hear stuff because they're there next door.
Right, turn the light back on. You're just not.
I am, darling!
You're not. You're just wanting to like.
What?
You're wanting to feel safe with the light on.
A little bit, yeah.
Exactly. Turn the light off.
No!
So you've got your torch, darling. Right, turn the light off. Turn the light off. Stop being a chicken.
I'm not being a chicken, but we've not even started yet and you're making me do
babe.
No, don't patronise me.
Stop panicking.
There is an absolute domestic happening here, Brett Jones, and it's not you and me, but it is. Hang on, I'll tell you the names. It's Matthew and Hayley in room 2 on Valentine's Day.
Terrible. We're causing arguments on Valentine's Day.
Can't believe it. He accused her of being a chicken, and she said, "No, I'm not being a chicken." And he said, "Yes, you are being a chicken." Turn the light off.
Following a similar pattern to the previous night, the hotel is quiet, but Brett and I stumble across something which confirms the movement of one of the items downstairs.
You will notice last week we had discovered that Bob, the clown boy, one of the most sinister items in the hotel here, had moved in its box. And this is a prime example of how people who come here are part of this journey with us, because Paul Skavidis, who was here last night, had taken a picture on the 10th of January and then took another one last night, which was the 13th of February. And Bob has indeed moved. We've got 2 side-by-side pictures here. Take a look at this. And he has moved. It's very, very strange. You know, there's a skeptical case here, Brett Jones, for, you know, temperature or just the fact that gravity is taking its natural course, but it's moved.
Yeah, and it's interesting, and we wouldn't have known about this if it wasn't for guys like you coming in to the hotel and the pub and documenting this stuff. We do now have the sightings board up as well for anyone that does witness something in the pub, so we can actually log it down and check it back on the cameras. But we've checked this back. We can't find the exact moment that it moved, but it's there, clear as day. It has moved at some point over the last month.
Now, as the hotel remains quiet, we pick things up 2 hours into Tuesday's investigation, and our guests are in rooms 3 and 4. I head upstairs to arm a microphone in room 5 in preparation for the next session, and as I do this, one of the most surreal and incredible pieces of evidence presents itself.
This is room 5, Tuesday sessions. What? Brett, I don't know if you can hear me, I've just heard a voice in here. Right, I've just heard a voice in here.
I will happily admit that at this point I have completely bottled it, as I hear a woman in the corner of room 5 say hello to me.
Tuesday sessions. Tuesday sessions.
Yeah.
Can you go to room 5?
I've just had to turn this camera on quick. Danny just shouted me from room 5. He looks proper panicked. I don't know what he's doing. Hold on. What's happening?
I'm not even afraid to say it. I have just absolutely cacked myself in room 5. We have played this back. We can't hear it clearly on the camera, but I'm pretty sure their microphones would have got it. We set a microphone up in there, and as I went to leave the room, I heard a woman's voice by the rocking horse in the corner, and I am so sure that it said hello. Absolutely mind blown. The guests are in there now. They're gonna try to pick up on this lady if it was her that I heard.
If you're here,
can you make that light up on the floor if you're here?
can you let us know you're here? Can you make the light move?
Are you a male?
Calm. So I
do
feel quite calm in here. Yeah, I said that when I came in.
Can you let us know you're still here?
Town.
That's going off.
Town.
What town?
Try.
What would you like to try?
Can you hear voices outside? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Can you make the lights flash?
Light. Oh, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Are you the lady that has... Oh, well done. Thank you. We're not here to harm you.
Can you do it again?
Are you happy that we're here? Are you happy that we've come to see you?
Would you like the ladies to talk or the man to talk? Can you light the device up if you would like the man to talk?
Are you afraid of men?
Triangulated results as the word light comes through, and the EMF detector then spikes fully. Could this be the woman I had heard? The activity fades, and so we act fast by moving the 4 guests to room 6 to conduct a paracast session.
Is Charles here? What was the man from the doll shop
What did you
called?
say about the... Yeah. What about the doll shop earlier?
Are you the man from the doll shop across the road?
About the... I can't remember. Across the road, he said go to that window and ask out. You know,
Did you have an affair?
I keep on hearing banging.
I can't hear it. I can't hear anything. Can you tap on the window?
Can you knock on the door?
I wonder if... Do you want to sit in this chair, Tracer?
There you go. What? How was nobody else hearing that banging?
I can't hear anything.
I heard the 2 before when we said...
It's been a weird one. They're still investigating now, and I think we're just going to have to see how they are in the morning.
Do you know what it feels like in this building? It just feels like there's things everywhere, and it's all kind of swirling in one big motion, and like, you know, you just don't know when it's going to happen, and then something will happen, but then we've got to try and make sense of who it is, what it is, and what time period it's from.
It is hard.
I heard something then. I did hear that then. What?
Yeah,
knocking.
Knocking.
A slight tap. Was that you knocking?
And again, there was one then.
If that was you, could you do it? Could you do it louder? Can you not louder? What the heck was that?
What the
A male voice cries out, and we believe it comes from within the wall, and seconds later it comes over the paracast.
I've gone absolutely...
I've gone cold now.
I'm
really
literally like here shivering.
Really, really cold.
Are you the man who owns the doll shop across the road that had an affair with one of the girls here?
Can you make a noise and let us know you're here?
Listen.
Listen. We're listening. What are we listening for? What was that?
I don't know.
What was that?
I know what I thought it said.
What?
What you thought it said.
What?
The devil?
Yeah.
Ask Danny. Ask her if they caught that.
Yes, we did catch it. Listen again as a man says something about the devil.
Listen.
Listen. We're listening. What are we listening for?
We end Tuesday's investigation with an Estes session in the old brothel.
How old were you when you worked here?
Female humming.
Do you like to sing? Did you sing and hum when you walked from room to room to visit the men?
Unfortunately, the final sessions produce no activity, and our guests report no disturbances overnight. The hectic week continues.
It's Wednesday night at my haunted hotel, and Brett and I are walking to room 5. Here we go. Last night, an incredible moment happened, and it's probably the closest I've come to having an accident, because I was genuinely scared last night. I set the microphone up just behind your head there to cover room 5's audio. The guests were in 3 and 4 at a time. I went to walk out the door, and a lady's voice manifested over in that corner and said hello. We have captured this clearly on audio as well. We were able to analyse it this morning. Tuesday sessions. But also another very interesting moment, Brett. 7 weeks go by and the doll fell on Sunday night, 8 minutes past 3 in the morning.
Yeah, weird one after that long. Are they connected, those two things? Do we think that? We don't know. That voice you heard was so clear. It was like there was someone stood over here.
Yeah, I literally thought a guest was in here.
Yeah.
But it was crazy moment. Other than that, last night there were bits and bobs, but it was a relatively quiet one. But again, the paracast was very interesting in room 6. Tonight is very busy. There are 4 rooms in, and tomorrow's even busier. We sort of approach this latter stage of the week. We're just going to have to see what happens.
I don't know what.
What's happening? Just when you thought this place couldn't get any weirder. Oh, not for the paranormal activity, but for the people who come to stay. Someone's rocked up with a dog, man. And we've been given a pet ghost.
It's so funny.
Read that.
It says it doesn't need food or water. It's dead.
Ghost Pepper.
And a little ghost Lego. Lego ghost.
I am too tired for this tonight. Someone has turned up with a canine, an actual dog.
And expected it to just be part of the investigation for the night.
We're gonna have to, like...
Look, we know we did our special with the dogs. They were trained dogs that we specifically filmed for a few hours with here. Please don't bring your dogs to the hotel. Or hamsters, starfish.
Just don't bring anything. Bring your sleeping bag.
Pet ghosts are welcome.
Yeah.
Because they don't need food or water, they're dead.
Don't bring your pets to my haunted hotel. It's Wednesday night, let's do this.
4 rooms have checked in, and Brett and I have only just sat down in the control room when suddenly an early wave of activity sparks off in rooms 5 and 6.
I still really want the Ghostbuster car. Yes. That was really nice. I don't know. A bloody cookie pot's working again, isn't it?
Sue's lost her voice, so we're kind of just, you know, taking the piss.
She's just shouting. She was trying to call out, but she's just whispering in Scottish. Like, there's nothing coming out. So Karen has a job of 2 investigators today.
I don't know why anyone likes them. Excuse me. It's just weird. Right. I keep seeing weird things.
Oh, the doll.
Oh.
In 5.
Oh my word.
Come on, please show us that you're here. Give us some sort of sign that you're here. We've seen that you can do that.
Sorry. Maybe I need to finish my tea.
Oh.
Thank It's been so
Thank you for that.
my tea. Either that or... No, that noise we heard earlier was further down the corridor.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that for us. We really appreciate that you've done that.
Are you the lady that got pushed out the window? Thank you.
What happened? Were you pushed by a man?
Wait for it to go off.
Were you pushed by a man out of that window?
I can hear creaking outside the door, but I don't know if that's...
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Shall I have a look?
Yeah, if you want. I think there are people out there, and watch the balls there as well.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Well, they're all going to see everything. Do you mind standing like...
The other ball just went off as well. I don't know whether that's your movement though.
There's no one out there.
I don't know whether that's you that set that off over there. Surely, why would you set that one off?
I put my hands are full, so I put one of your hands on the ball to stop it from moving.
Do you know that? That was like a creak.
That was not my chair. Someone just walked next to me. That was not my chair.
That was like a creak, I heard that. That was well louder than your chair.
My chair.
That was louder than your chair.
That was not my chair. Did you just walk next to me?
Do you hear that? What was that?
Were you drawing on the wall? And either next door a drawing on the wall with a knife, or something scratching on the wall.
Something just scratched the wall.
Something scratching the wall.
That was clear as day.
That's got to be next door. Radio it in. Radio it in. Just say, can you check if room 1 have like scratched the wall?
Oh, room 1 scratching the wall.
Guys, there isn't anybody in room 1.
What the hell?
That's weird.
Hi guys, just to check. I don't know if there's anyone outside our corridor, but we're hearing footsteps and...
No, creaks.
Creaks, sorry, not footsteps.
Oh.
and our cat balls keep going off as well.
Hey guys, yes, we did clock your cat ball going off. Could you do us a favour and just pick up the cat ball and move it slightly and place it just in another spot? Even just pick it up and put it back down again. We're trying to see whether we can debunk these cat balls a little bit. As for the creaking outside of your room, there is no one walking around any of the corridors or anything that we think could cause that.
Okay, no worries, thank you.
We instruct Wayne and Gemma to move the cat balls in order to rule out the possibility of false positives, and within minutes, this session proves to be a lot more compelling.
If that was you that was lighting up the balls, can you find them and make them light up again?
Thank you so much for showing us that you're here, we really appreciate it. I'm not too bad.
Hugging my teeth.
This one's going off. Thank you for doing that. If you've done that, thank you. We really appreciate that you've done that.
If that is you, could you make the one by me light up, please?
It's going off again.
What, that one?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The couple in room 6 have brought 3 cat balls with them, and we're obviously questioning them. A couple of them started going off, but they were continuously going off, and we think they were just unsettled. So what we've done is we've radioed up, asked them to move them to another location, make sure that they're settled, they're not doing anything. They've then called out. One has gone off in front of him, and then they've asked for the other one to go off, which wasn't quite on camera. You can just about see it.
You can see it. Yeah.
And that is the sort of evidence we'd be looking for in a genuine reaction to a cat ball, not it just randomly going off over and over again. And that's what these guys were seeing. Now they're getting genuine reactions and pinpointing which balls to light up when. That is when we think a cat ball could have some significance.
This early activity had given 3 of our 4 rooms a very interesting start to Wednesday's investigation, but as is the case here, things fall quiet for a couple of hours. We now pick things up in room 6 with Karen, Sue, Wayne and Gemma.
Madam, were you pushed out the window? Are you able to tell Gemma? Can you tell us yes or no? Were you pushed out of the window? If you're by the box on the floor that's got a red light on it that's making a noise, can you get closer to it so it can change colour, so we know how far away you are? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can you talk to the lady in the chair? Can you talk to Gemma? Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, no. Do you hear that then?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a right down my ear.
I thought it was you or Gemma. To be honest, I have definitely heard that.
Karen and Wayne both hear a breath-like voice next to Karen, but unfortunately, we are not able to capture the audio. We then send this group, as well as our other guests Keely and Lois, into the old brothel, where they attempt a paracast session.
Can you make a noise where you are?
Can you let us know that you're here?
Did you hear that?
What was that?
It was like a Did you not hear that?
I heard a noise. I don't know what it was.
I think it must have been coming from that.
Is somebody singing? Is there a lady who sings?
Is there something on in there? Because let's just see. You see that thing
Guys,
that's
I
coming down?
heard you
It's a
just
flash.
mention you heard something. Was that through the paracast or not?
No, it was a bang and the other part.
No, there was a bang.
Oh, it's the
and then I'm not sure if it was the power. Oh yeah, because it's just an that noise again.
Susan? Did that say
Did I just say my
Susan?
name?
Is your name Susan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just said Susan's name, so, but before that there was a man going, it was weird.
Okay, bear with us a second. We'll check on the back now.
The beam just through there.
Yeah.
It looked like there like a light shone on it from this side.
Oh.
I know there's a road there.
Do you want to speak to Susan? Susan.
What? That was, yeah.
The Paracast device has been a huge asset to our investigations since introducing it here at the beginning of the year, but unfortunately we cannot make out what is said here in this situation as the guests are all talking. It was time to open room 8, and as long-term followers of the Grey Stall we sent Karen and Sue in, and after 24 hours of nothing in room 8 we capture this.
Who has the power? Is it you? Is it you, Jeanette? Do you have all the power? Do you think you're in control of this house? Do others resist you, Jeanette? Are there many that resist you? Do you want all the power? Or do you have all the power? Who do you fight? The others? Are you alone, Jeanette, or is Mammon and Arabas and the fourth with you? Did they come with you, Jeanette? Do they stay with you? Give me the name of the fourth. What is their name? Why do you not speak it? Do you not have the power? Does he control you?
Now what you are about to see is another prime example of the strange synchronicities that happen at My Haunted Hotel, and also how some of the activity here affects the electricity. Keely, Lois, Connor, Jay, Wayne and Gemma are conducting an Estes session in the downstairs bar when our camera freezes, but our audio still continues to record. We have seen this before in room 8 and we believe it could be connected. Watch carefully as two events synchronise with each other in mind-blowing fashion.
Is this a man that we're speaking to? Or is this a lady?
Witch.
Witch?
A witch? Oh, is there a witch with us?
Is there others here, Jeanette, that are more powerful? Witch.
Utterly astonishing as these two events happen in quick succession as the word witch comes through the Alice box downstairs and the voice of Jeanette says a witch in response to Karen. Is this a mocking, or is it a possibility that another entity lies within this building which Jeanette is aware of? However, we believe the entity of Jeanette herself was a 17th century witch that dabbled in satanic worship. This ends Wednesday's investigation.
Is there others here, Jeanette, that are more powerful? Witch.
Our fourth and final investigation of the week, as all 6 rooms are booked out. It has been one of the most compelling series of investigations so far this year, and yet again, the unknown awaited.
So guys, it's Thursday night here at My Haunted Hotel. I'm here with Hustlerberger Brett Jones and Dan Moss. So, it's going to be really interesting tonight. Got 6 rooms in and let's have it. Hi guys, yes, it's Thursday night here at My Haunted Hotel. Harry has returned from Mexico and Hustlerberger, Brett Jones and me are very tired. Let's do this, guys.
I'm really excited about tonight. I mean, Harry, I'm glad you're back, but I'm just not okay with the fact that you spent this whole time in Mexico. How was it?
Shut up, Brett.
I can't do this anymore. What?
Hi guys!
What was that accent for Harry?
Sounded a bit like I was from Birkenhead.
It wasn't bad though.
It was alright.
I couldn't keep a straight face when you did it.
Welcome guys, it is Thursday night at my haunted hotel and Hustler Burger, Brett Jones and I are delusional we're that tired. But I tell you what a day in the pub. There have been fans galore apparently.
Everywhere. There's been a new My Haunted Hotel tattoo that arrived today, we spotted. Gavin from Afterlife has had a My Haunted Hotel tattoo. Very cool. That's nice. Brand yourself for life with our logo.
Yeah,
the hotel has been rammed today. People in the pub coming in. It has been 80% fans of the hotel. It's been amazing down there. I've not been able to walk around without someone stopping me for a photo.
There you go. The life of celebrity Brett Jones. And why have I got a headset on?
Oh, I don't know. Because you're cool.
Got some big muscles, mate, haven't I?
Yeah, it's not very accurate, is it?
Morning, boys. Another beautiful sunrise. Like to say I'm missing you both, but I'm not. Up at 7 o'clock this morning. I got a coffee now. Last week, I'll be back next week, showing you guys how it's done. Love you loads. Bye bye.
Oh my god, I jumped through the dark. Help my Bob.
Please tell me that's going to never hang.
Yeah, I can't see anything though.
I thought 5 and 6 would be bad. I have underestimated it. Right, I need to get my phone on because...
What where you go put that away.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so we thought 5 and 6 would be bad, right? Right, you've heard the growls that happen in here, yeah?
Yep.
You've heard that. You know about those growls.
You are on camera, so now is the time to put your best ghost hunting skills and create your own ghost hunting TV show. The footage film will be used as a weekly update on the hotel's activity. Document your night. We encourage you to film, photograph and record your night and post live on social media using the hashtag MyHauntedHotel.
One of the major talking points between Brett and I is something that we stumbled across in the edit. We did not know that the voice from the Grey Stole came out after Paul, Donna and Preeti left the other night. We stumbled across it in the edit. As we often do with random bits of footage, we just find it in the edit. We're like, whoa, how the hell did that happen? Creepy as hell. Do you see me?
It's horrible. And they left, and rightly so, because all three of them were feeling the same burning sensation. So we would have asked them to leave regardless, and yeah, we weren't paying attention enough to see or hear what this was at the time.
We moved Beth and Nicola from room 4 to room 5, and Evelyn and Margot joined the rest of their group in room 6. Meanwhile, downstairs, customers in the bar witnessed this.
Round, did you say?
We investigated this room for a little bit, and then when Danny and Brett radio through,
we'll move on to
a different room.
As Sophie and Lauren enter room 4, they are about to receive some very unexpected activity, which manifests out of nowhere.
Loss. What did you lose? What's the loss? Did you lose your sword? Did you lose your life?
Can I ask something?
Go on. Why did that
Do you want me to ask something?
Do you want to speak to Lauren instead of me?
Oh my god.
Go on, who wants to speak to you? Weapon! Nah! Guys, it's just said weapon, and the K2 is going absolutely nuts when we ask if it wants to speak to Lauren. What weapon? What can you tell us about a weapon? Can you tell us whereabouts in this room the sword was hidden after you used it? Was it over here? Or was it down here? Or was it, can you knock over there? Was it down there?
Maybe down here.
Or was it on the floor down there? Do that again. Was it over here?
Was it over here?
Was it in the wall, or was it, try go close to the floor? Was it more down here? Tell us when we're getting warm. Light this device up. These pretty lights over here, make them go red when we're close to where it was found. Watch Lauren's hand and tell her where it was found. Go back towards the window.
Was it found around
Lauren?
here?
Lauren?
I heard that. But it wasn't from a wall.
We're asking about where it was, and I've just had a massive bang underneath my foot, and the Alice box has just said ghost voice.
We then split into 2 teams and move half into room 2 with the paracast and half into room 6.
We're halfway through, and in all honesty, it's very, very quiet. Probably leading down the route of our most quietest night so far, although what's just happened in 4 has been very significant. What I think we should do next to try and trigger something off is join groups of people together and put them in 2 opposite ends of the building to see if one of the bigger groups can get this going tonight.
Come on, use all our energy and walk towards that sensor and set it off. The red sensor in this corner, that'd be amazing.
He's just said something, guys, like a male voice, but I can't understand what he just said.
Roughly, can you break it down?
I can't.
No.
It was really hard, but it was a male voice.
So we've got a male.
Yeah.
There we go.
See,
Is it going to walk back over to there again?
And just asked him to repeat what he said.
My God, my legs are freezing.
That's
Guys, my
what
legs
happened
are
just a minute ago.
freezing.
My hand on the floor is frozen.
Literally here.
Frozen.
Yeah,
It's
my
Baltic.
Asked him to repeat what. Well, can you repeat what you just said? We couldn't quite hear your message. Can you repeat it to the lady in the chair again, please?
Brilliant.
Out?
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it said
definitely said out.
Do you want us to get out?
Make a loud bang if you do. Do you want to get out? Would you like us to let you out?
Oh, did that say behind you?
Yep.
Oh, that just said behind you.
What's behind?
That thing on the wall.
Back on. If you shout,
What
we
does
can't
that say
hear
up
you
there?
properly.
What does that actually say? Nowhere what?
It said get out.
Nowhere to hide. Oh, behind you. Nowhere to hide.
Behind which one of us?
Shut up! That was Sindel!
Wow, imagine being Sindel at this moment. This is unbelievable, but we now have to question how these entities know the names of individuals. What is it we are dealing with here?
Behind which one of us?
Shut up! That was Sindel!
This will not be the only time during this investigation that a name comes through. We move on, and I join Beth, Nicola, Claire and Lisa in room 4.
Oliver.
Oliver. Hi, Oliver. Hi, Oliver.
Who is Oliver?
Come forward, Oliver. Come and say hello. We don't bite.
Oh my God.
What?
Oliver Cromwell.
Is that who it is?
Oh,
wow.
Who was Oliver Cromwell?
Oh my God, he's part of Henry VIII.
And that's whose pictures down the stair that I was talking to.
Funeral?
Okay, we're going to...
Are you referring to Oliver Cromwell? Are you referring to Cromwell?
Yeah.
Ooh, thank
Jesus
you.
Christ.
Wow.
Oliver, so Alexander, we believe, was here in 1645, which is the Civil War in Chester.
At the same time.
And he was a royalist under King Charles.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Obviously, the parliamentarians were led by Oliver Cromwell.
Right.
Wow. Is this correct?
Just come through.
Love together.
That is amazing.
What I'm saying, Alexander, is this correct?
For me.
For me.
So
it says correct. Funeral for me.
Funeral for me.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Look at those lights, they're going crazy.
They are.
That is amazing. It's not my...
That's amazing.
Perhaps.
Alexander, be very... Thank you. Alexander, can you make the sound in this room where your sword was, please?
Interest.
Yes, I am showing interest.
Please.
I definitely am showing interest.
We're all interested.
What does the name Oliver Cromwell mean here in this building? Is it a name that is forbidden? Talk to me, please.
Come on.
Show me where you are.
That's crazy.
I've just heard a noise in the corridor.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh, they were there. Did you hear that? That was somewhere over near you.
It was at the door, but
I thought it was near you.
That came from the wall over there.
I heard a tap.
That's brilliant. So they're over.
I'm not joking. That came from behind you.
Yeah, I heard it from round there for me though.
The sword in 1924 was uncovered right there by your feet.
Wow.
Now bizarrely, the location falls completely inactive for the next part of the investigation. Every guest enters room 8, but we capture nothing significant, as if the grey store was never even in the building. Yet again, this throws up the mystery of this place. Finally, we join everyone in the old brothel.
Look, this is typical paranormal here, and it's a bit of an unfortunate end to the week in terms of we're not experiencing high levels of activity. That's the way it goes, isn't it? But again, we're seeing a psychological aspect with room 8. Nothing has happened in room 8, but 2 sets of people have had to leave just because they can't handle it in there. You know, it's very difficult to feel what people are feeling and understand it, but we felt it in there. I don't go in there at all. I hate it, but I get it. I totally get it. But yeah, in terms of activity, very quiet right now, Brett Jones.
Yeah, towards the end of the night, all week has been quite quiet, we've noticed. This week has seemed quite good for earlier activity, but now we've got a lot of nothing.
Could you make a loud noise for us, please, or maybe close the door?
Rebecca!
We've had that before. That's been said before.
What? That's weird.
That was strange.
What the
Man, I went Rebecca.
Rebecca? Are we speaking to you?
That literally bypassed the sound banks.
This week has thrown so much at us that it's a little hard to process. The weeks ahead remain very busy, and that can only aid this investigation further. We must continue on this path and hope more answers come forward. We move on, and we'll see you soon.